How to cook and detoxify Amanita muscaria. So first, as a disclaimer, I have to say if you can't separate Amanita muscaria from another amanita or another mushroom, this is not a beginner technique. This is an intermediate to advanced mushroom cooking technique. I just have to say that. This is my local Amanita muscaria. A lot of times you're going to see them as being red. Mine have kind of a yellow cast to them depending on the mushroom. They might have a red center, but you're going to notice the warts on the top of the cap and those other things. The first thing you're going to do is obviously trim off those dirty bottoms. I left those on there so you can see the bulbous base. And you're going to cut the mushroom up into pieces. And this is going to help the muscimol and the water-soluble things that you wouldn't want to ingest come out into the water more quickly. I used to cook my muscaria whole. I kind of stopped doing that just because this makes me feel a little bit better about it. So just cut them into pieces. Goes pretty quick. You don't really have to worry about cleaning them perfectly, as you can see, because you're going to boil these things to the next dimension. Then the exact specifications are in the blog post and the recipe that goes along with this, so I would refer to that. For each pound of mushrooms, that's 1 pound there, I use 6 quarts. And you're going to I put about 2 tablespoons of salt in the water. You can add some herbs and aromatics if you want. Once it starts to boil, you keep the lid on the pot. Set a timer for 15 minutes. And you keep the lid on the entire time with the heat on high. So you want a big pot that's not going to splash all over the place. After 15 minutes of heavy boiling, you're going to rinse them off and just take them out. They won't be all squishy or anything like that. They keep a really nice texture. Better flavor than you'd expect too. Then I dry them off if I'm going to saute them. If you're going to put them in soup like miso soup, you don't have to dry them off. And then just as an example here, after they're boiled for 15 minutes in that quantity of water, you can fry them up. I would start with 2 ounces of cooked mushrooms for a beginner serving and move up from there. Don't serve them to anybody that doesn't know that they have to go through a detoxification process. And yeah, they're actually pretty good added to soup. The texture is kind of like calamari. I like them. So there you go.